Hello everyone, it's Michelle from Gypsy Insights. This is a different kind of tarot reading. It's not dependent on your sign or element. If you are guided to this reading, you'll know if it is meant for you. And I'd really appreciate it if you would like, share and subscribe if you enjoy this new, different kind of tarot reading. Hello everyone, welcome to Soulful Repair. Thank you for joining us. My name is Michelle.
My name is Richard.
We'll be doing a he said, she said type of reading today. It differs from the usual he said, she said in that it's more situational and not sign-based. Now, if this one doesn't resonate with you, you can always check out the other Soulful Repair readings that we've done, and they're available under the Soulful Repair playlist on my channel, and one of those may resonate more with you. So let's get started here. I wonder what will happen next. That's your card from Alice to Wonderland. It's about being ready for adventure, being on the precipice of change. So there's a feeling here around you, perhaps of a little bit of restlessness, excitement, wondering what is meant to take place next. So here I feel like you're ready for a challenge, a new experience, and very soon, if you choose, you may have an opportunity for that adventure. And for you may have a couple of decisions to take that adventure or not. So we'll see where this goes. Richard has pulled from the Dark Goddess Oracle the card of Nyx, Respite.
So Nyx is the archetypal confider of Greek origin. And there's an energy around this of being careful who you trust and being careful whom you confide in.
Okay, so let's take a look. I've already meditated on your energy. We'll be doing a horseshoe type reading. So let's get started and let's focus in. Past energy, the present energy, the near future, your advice or your best path to follow, what's happening around you that is currently affecting your situation, hopes and fears, the outcome, and what this reading is about, or the overall energy.
I'm laying down the same cards: past, present, future, hopes and fears, advice, best path to follow, environment, hopes and fears, outcome, and the overall energy of this reading. Right
in the center. Seems like you're doing quite well. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. So there's a feeling of stability, having attained quite a lot. You have already, through your own diligence, through your own hard work, achieved a lot in your life. So you're feeling comfortable. You're surrounded by good things, and I feel like you could afford to maybe take some time here, maybe for pause, if you will, in order to have some kind of adventure, which it's a kind of exciting energy that I get around this.
I get the energy of a springboard.
A springboard,
yes,
I like that.
Yeah, and this is kind of fool energy, isn't it?
A little bit of fool energy, but in the right way. It may just be something temporary, like a holiday or something like that.
Are you sure? All right, so let's go over here at the overall energy of the reading. We have the Five of Cups. And for this person, it's about looking back at the past with regret. So you can see in this picture, you've got this guy here, he's looking at these cups and all the liquid is spilled out. And then behind him, there's these two cups that aren't spilled. But instead of focusing on what hasn't been spilled, this person seems to be focusing on what's gone wrong in the past. So it's about past regret.
Okay. In the past, we've got the Strength card. So again, I get this energy around you here of, I feel that it's a successful energy. It's an energy that has created the kind of life that you've wanted. There's a really, I feel it's a very strong kind of, I get it as persistence, I get it as persevering, showing a lot of courage and bravery, and as a result of your inner strength here, pushing through obstacles and really achieving as a result again of diligence. A lot of work that's gone into this, but I can't help but think there's an energy around you of being ready for something that may be just a little bit more fun, So, having done the hard work, now is a time where you can kind of sit back here and maybe open yourself up to a little bit more pleasurable kind of activities.
All right, so looking over here, we have the past energy, we have the Nine of Wands in the reverse. So there's an energy here of having given up on something, struggled mightily, I imagine, and then just simply given up on it. This is what I'm getting from the past energy. And along with this feeling of past regret here, I can't help but think there's some remorse around this entire event.
Let's have a look and see. Current energy, we've got the Seven of Wands in reverse. So here it's really kind of letting that, I see this almost like letting your hair down, letting your guard down, opening up a little bit more in terms of there's a feeling in the around this of you having put so much effort into perhaps your work or your career, building the kind of life that you want, that you've been very protective of it in the past, and perhaps there's been a guarded kind of energy of not letting people in or not letting the fun in. But here I feel there's a feeling around you of dropping that, being a little bit more, I see this as being more open to possibilities, open to change. So where you have been guarded and protective, you're now feeling this readiness, this anticipation, if you will.
Okay, looking over here at the present environment for this person, we have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. So it's led to the situation of looking back on the past and looking back at a past event where there's an energy of having given up on something that was worked quite hard for. There's now a situation where there's a feeling of not really wanting to come in and be creative and take that bold new step into the future. So it's very kind of opposite energy to what we're seeing over here. This person seems to be ready to take on opportunities to maybe stop working hard for a time and then enjoy the fruits of their labors. It's kind of the feeling I'm getting from over there. But over here, you got this person here who's stuck. They're stuck thinking about the past, and in the present, they're feeling pretty down. It's an energy of not really wanting to be bold.
Yeah, or not able to be bold right now. Courageous, show that bravery. And in the near future, we've got the Nine of Swords in reverse. So when it comes to, I do want to pick up one more on that, because it's one of those cards that can go either way. It can signal something getting better, but of course it can also signal shame or guilt associated with an action. So let's see. I do get this energy of pause, taking a pause before taking an action. So let's see. What is this Nine of Swords in reverse in the near future energy? Let's clarify. The Nine of Swords in reverse. Okay, we've got the Hierophant. The feeling that I'm getting around this here is one of learning. Learning from, I pick it up as learning from external sources. It may be through a course, it may just be reading a book, but I get the sense here that there's a recognition here of what it takes to not feel, I get it as not feeling fear, not being anxious. There's a sense here, and I feel like it's a personal growth, realizing that what's held you back in the past may have been fear of taking an action, fear of change, fear of adventure. But here I see that this is you looking at this from a higher perspective and having this I pick it up as educating yourself, learning, knowing the answers here as it relates to what has kept you in that place of being fearful in the past, restricted somewhat because of your thoughts, how you've been thinking about changes in your life.
I can't help but think, though, it might have something to do with Nyx, the archetypal confider. So that might be somebody that this person is confiding in.
It might be.
To gain answers about past anxieties.
It's possible.
All right, so looking over here at future energy for this person, we have the Four of Swords. So it's about recovery from something that happened in the past, some traumatic event. This person feels like they've given up on something. They're feeling pretty bad right now in the moment, not really willing to be brave, not really willing to move forward with anything new or creative. And there's the chance now in the future for healing, for respite, if you will, so that they can get back on the horse, or turn this horse right way up.
Let's have a look at the advice, or the best path to follow. We've got the Nine of Cups in reverse, so it's not about doing things that are short term. It's thinking more long range, focusing on not only maintaining what you've worked hard to achieve, but also long-term happiness, long-term contentment. So there is perhaps an energy here around doing something that could potentially be, I pick it up as an indulgence, doing too much of something, taking on a little bit too much of the pleasure side of things, and kind of going from one extreme to the other almost. So it may be that it's really just a question of cutting back on term of pleasurable activities that are harmful, maybe just eating, drinking, going out, any kind of activity that could potentially be harmful if done a lot. It's kind of a feeling here of, in the past, kind of all work and no play, but then thinking, well, maybe I should have more fun, but taking that
to an extreme
as well.
All right, so looking over here at advice for this person, we have the Ten of Cups. So this person should be focused on, if they're partnered right now, working on getting that Ten of Cups. And if they're not partnered, then they are advised, I think, to look in the future after getting over this situation for that partner who can give them that.
Let's take a look. The external circumstances, we have the Seven of Pentacles. Now this is how others, I feel, are viewing you, and it's about being in a period of reassessment, looking at what you've already achieved in life, which I feel is quite a lot, and wondering what's next. I see this guy here standing there thinking, well, I've put in all of this work, I'm currently waiting for it to pay off, and what's next? Will it pay off? Will it not pay off? Do I have to get rid of something here out of my life, or should I add something to make it even more? So there's really kind of this self-inventory happening here in terms of what's going to give me long-term happiness rather than short-term things. And I feel when it comes to a blockage, a lot of doubt or fear or anxiety, there's going to be recognition about what's important, and looking at the long term. I feel that this has a lot to do with looking at things in a long-term perspective, and not falling victim to just wanting something in the moment or now, but instead having, even going back to this Strength card here, having more patience. You've had patience in the past to grow what you have currently. I think now there's this energy around you of feeling like, well, maybe there's more. Maybe I need more, or maybe I need to release something. You're not sure. That's the question. And people are looking at you like, what else is needed here? This person is looking at what else is needed in their life. And I get the situation here that they're not wanting to be in a place filled with doubt or fear. They want to be certain. They want to be certain what will happen next, is what I'm picking up from Spirit, rather than confused, doubtful, stressed about what's happening next. They want to know what's next.
All right, so looking over here at the environment for this person, we have the Hermit in reverse. This tells me that the time for analysis is over, that there has been a lot of contemplation, introspection about what has happened in the past, a lot of past regret, and that with the Hermit in reverse, the time for that is over. And that's how other people are viewing this person here.
Yeah.
But it's they've said, well, look, I think there's been enough of this. There's been enough of this being down in the dumps, looking at the past and being regretful of it. Now's the time to get out of that. That's how other people are seeing this person.
Right. Let's have a look at the hopes and fears here. Yeah, the Fool in reverse. Yeah, there's this. I get that as this wanting to being ready for change, ready for the next stage, ready for the next adventure. But here there is again this fear or doubt associated with taking the first steps. There is also, I feel, a need to be somewhat careful as well with that Fool in reverse. It's about taking risks, yes, it's about doing something new, but measured by also maintaining what you currently have. You don't want to do something here that is foolish or that's something that you'll regret later. So you want to have the fun, you want to have the adventure, but you also fearing taking a risk because there's a possibility of loss associated with that.
Just looking over here at hopes and fears for this person, we have the Queen of Swords in the upright. So it's a thought of, or a hope of, wanting to be logical and clear about one's decision making, being able to cut the things out of one's life that don't need to be there without any regrets.
Let's take a look at the outcome. We've got Justice in reverse. So with this one here, I get the sense, I want to get one more card on that actually. It's linked to that Nine of Swords in reverse down there. It has a sense around this of being, I feel like it's a situational thing. Feeling like you're in circumstances here that are questionable, unfair, and with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, I don't feel that that's you. I get the question, I feel that it's around somebody else who is not focused. I feel like there's a stubborn energy around this, stubbornness, not doing the right thing. It's difficult kind of energy here, you know. I feel like for you it's kind of a feeling of, well, it could go one of two ways. Either someone else is along for the ride with you because it seems like you are pretty sure of the direction that you want to go. But what you're unsure about is this other person, in terms of, are they going to be there, or are they going to just continue to not put the effort in, put the work here in terms of doing something that is seen as being fair. You know, it's a sense here, I think, of someone who is focused elsewhere, whether that's self-pity or a combination of self-pity as well as being focused on another individual. It's about somebody there who has to kind of come to a realization here of what's going to make them happy. And I think you are just saying to yourself, well, you know, I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. It's like you're poised before this next phase of your life. And either somebody is on board with you or they're not. I think that's just how you're thinking to yourself. Yeah. Either they're coming with me on this journey or they're not. And you know that either way, I think for you, you're looking more long term. This other person seems to be caught in the past, stuck in the past, and they're not able to move on from the past with that Knight of Wands in reverse, or they're frustrated that they can't move on from the past. So there's an element there of decisions, making a choice, whether to stay in the past or to move on to something that is the next adventure, a positive change.
It does seem like these two people are linked somehow, but
yeah.
if Michelle's reading for somebody and you're resonating with this, it's likely somebody close to you or in your life. You're either with them or you're friends with them, or maybe you're a relative, but they're definitely in your life. There's somebody who is having trouble letting go of something from the past. You might even be their confider. You know, somebody whom they are confiding in. We see that kind of down there with the Hierophant, right? So let's look over here at the outcome for this person, and we have Strength, which is really nice energy. So what I see here, because I often link the outcome here to the near future, what we have is the Four of Swords, which is about resting and recovery after a traumatic event. You do see these three swords here above this person who's resting, and the fourth sword is down here, and it's underneath them. Although they have it seems like they don't know it's there. That's that kind of energy. But you've got these three swords here, and look where they're pointing. They're pointing right down this person's head. And so it's recovering after a Three of Swords type event. And because of that, in the future we've got Strength, and I really like that energy there. But there's a lot to clarify here, Michelle. I see the story sort of coming together here with this person being involved with this person. Yeah. This person obviously struggling with a past event. This person saying, well, you know, you've got to move on. Look what's going to happen next. Let's look to the future. Let's not look to the past. Right,
exactly. That's what I think the issue is here. And I feel on this side of the table, it's all about this person not wanting to live with anxiety, not living with doubting or fearing what's happening next. They want to be certain of what's next, and it seems like it's poised for good things, but the question here is whether there can be effort put into making something right, an unfair situation being put right. So we'll see where this goes in part 2. I hope that you join us there. The link will be below in the descriptions box, and that will be available on the Vimeo channel. If this one isn't resonating, then please check the other Soulful repairs. Those are available under the Soulful repair playlist on my channel, Gypsy Insights by Michelle. And if you're interested in a personal reading, you can have one with both Richard and I, and the email is gypsyinsights@gmail.com. So wishing you the best here if we don't see you in part 2. We hope that you join us there if this is resonating, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you. Goodbye and good luck.